Hey there, Stampin' friends. Happy Monday, everybody. It is time for an installment of Movie Monday here this evening, about 7 o'clock Eastern time here for those of you guys on the East Coast with me, maybe a little earlier if you're joining me from across the country. So come on in, Jody Breckbill, Stampin' Queen here, and we have a little stamping we got to do today. So I am going to work with Dainty Delights. So that is found on page 55 of your Pretty Purple catalog, the PPC, Pretty Purple catalog. And you will find that it is a stamp and a bundle. And the wonderful thing is this coordinates with an item from Celebration called Dainty something. So let's find it here. Dainty Flowers. So I do have a sample of that. I'm going to show you here in a little bit. And just so you know, it is free during Celebration. So let me do a little work here with some lighting. See if we can get rid of some glare here. All right, so this Dainty paper's free with a $50 purchase. It's gorgeous in real life. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to, because it really is stunning. So we're going to play with that. And I'm on the fly a little bit this evening. So let me get my comments going so I can see you guys saying hello to me. Yeah, I'm going to be on the fly. So during a couple weekends ago, my upline, Cindy Fodor, my amazing team leader, had a Christmas gathering for us, and she sent us some take and makes. So she had these all prepped and ready to go. And oh, there's the paper. And so I need to make them. And I thought, well, how about I come on and make them with you guys this evening? So I don't know what these are going to look like. She has pieces and parts ready. And so we're just going to go with it. We're just going to go on the fly and see how these projects come out. I kind of feel like one of you guys who gets my kits. I was so excited. I'm like, oh, it's all prepped and ready. I didn't have to do any work. I'm just going to stamp and have fun and enjoy. So we'll see how I do this evening with that. But let's take a closer look at this gorgeous paper. So it is a 12 by 12 pack, and I know that it does not translate onto a virtual world, but this paper almost looks like it's on watercolor paper. So it has a lot of texture to it, even though it is totally a flat piece of paper. So it really is very cool just to let that DSP do its work. So it is a 12 by 12. I just cut it down because I find that is so much easier than so much easier to show you guys on camera. Now, the only downside to cutting the 12 by 12 is these right here. So you have frames here, these gorgeous frames that you can cut out, and then there's a strip in the middle. And so that just makes super easy crafting. We're going to use that today. And then the same with this one. This will be gorgeous scrapbook pages, just big fields of flowers. So there we have that. And then on the other side, of course, we have patterns as well. Okay, so that is Dainty Flowers, free during Celebration with a $50 purchase. And it does coordinate with the Dainty Delight bundle, which is $54.75. So if you get the stamp and the dies, you can get the paper for absolutely free. So here's your stamp set. It does have some nice sentiments in it and some images, but I'm going to use a stamp set from another stamp set that I chose called Go To Greetings, one of my favorites, because it's just a couple words in different fonts and different sizes. So we're going to use that one instead of the Dainty Delight. And there are all those gorgeous dies to create lots and lots of pretty flowers. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Actually, I am going to back up for 1 second to make sure that you guys know that I have a free online class coming this week. We've been talking about this on my lives, but it's absolutely free. January 18th, it is a Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern time, right here on my socials. So either Facebook or YouTube, you can catch me live. If you can't be live, no worries. You can catch the replay. But I'm going to offer this class. You're going to see me do it. And then if you want the project kits, All you need to do is place a $35 order. I'll have a host code, I'll have the link, I'll have everything that you need. You place your order and you're going to get the class kit for free. And it is a fun fold class focusing on favored flowers, another free pack of paper that you will get during celebration. Now, if you decide to bump, you can bump your order up to $50, which will give you the class kit for free, all 5 cards, your instructions, your tutorial, everything that you need. Plus, it will give you a free pack of gems and a celebration item. Now, that offer does end January 22nd, so it's a limited time offer right now. Let me see. I don't think... Oh, I do. There's my host code right there. So you can, if you know you want this class already, you can go ahead and put your order in and I will make sure that you get the class kit. Like I said, free with a $35 purchase or $50 purchase. You get the gems, a celebration item, and the class kit as well. Offer valid through January 22nd. Write that host code down because you do need to use that. If you don't use the host code, it invalidates your class kit. Got to have that host code on there. And then I'll back up and say, here's my website to do some shopping. So if you have any questions, let me know. Make sure you join me on Wednesday live at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Catch the replay anytime. And we will be doing some fun folds. I think you're really, really going to like them. Okay, now we need to do some stamping tonight. All righty, so let's start off easy peasy, mac and cheesy. And here is the first project that she created for us. So you can see that cutout frame. That is not stamped at all, you guys. That is totally a pattern of paper. We're going to attach that to a piece of Blackberry Bliss. And then we have that on Freesia. And then she gave me this little strip here that is punched with one of the new punches, one of the new banner punches in our catalog. That is in the PPC, the Pretty Purple catalog. So let's fold this one in half. This is something new for me. I've not done this before. I'm usually way, way more prepared when I come live with you guys. So add this pretty piece of paper to that blackberry. And I think I want to do blackberry ink. I think that's what I want. And I don't have any with me, so I am going to grab that. I have Razzleberry, but I think I want to do blackberry. So we have that added to that fresh Freesia. And you guys, isn't that just like, that's all you need to do? Just simply, simply gorgeous. All right, let me grab a blackberry pad. And let's see, I wonder if these will fit. I'm a little concerned they might be too big. Yeah, I think they're going to be, that one's just a smidge too big because it's a little bit swirly. Well, what happens if I scooch it down some? Do you think it'll fit? I still think it's going to be just a note too big. I guess we can try it and see what we think. And if not, maybe we'll shrink down to a smaller size. Because I kind of like the just a note. I thought that was a good, let me get rid of this because it's awfully big. All right, I just bumped the camera. So sorry, kids. Let's see how I do here. Yeah, just a little bit too big. So let's flip it over and let's pick another one. Do I have just a note here somewhere else? How about thinking of you? That's always a good sentiment. That looks like it's going to fit much, much better. Always need some good thinking of you cards, yeah? Perfect. So let's get rid of that before I stick my elbow in it. Grab some gems here. And I am going to add that with some dimensionals. So let's put a couple Pop-Tarts on here. And then I have the opaque adhesive gems. So I'm going to use those tonight. And these are the ones that we will be using at that class this week. So if you do your $50, you can get those gems for free in addition to your class projects. So there we've got our Thinking of You. I didn't want to cover up those pretty flowers right there. So let's add a couple gems here. And I'm going to go with the pink gems because there's some pinky flowers in here. So let's do a couple pink gems here. We'll put one here and one here. There. There is a very simple, easy to recreate card. Just cut up your paper. You do have to do that. That's one thing you have to do. Those of us that love to hoard paper, sometimes we just have to cut it. Cut it up and use it. Make some gorgeous things. All right, let's do another easy one here. This one I thought looked pretty easy to do. So we're going to start off. Looks like we have some old olive here. And we have a piece of rich razzleberry that was embossed with that cane embossing folder. You guys know I've been using the heck out of that one. I really, really like that embossing folder. So I'm going to make sure I've got lots of adhesive on. I don't want this popping off on me because it's got lots of nooks and crannies. So sometimes they like to kind of undo themselves. Let's go back and flatten that out a little bit. So this strip's just going to go right across the center of our card. And as always, you guys, I'll put the dimensions in the description for you guys. So if you want to make these at home, you will know exactly what to do. So here's a piece of that designer series paper. We're just going to lay that right here. Let's glue that down. Let that paper do the work because it sure is pretty. And don't forget, you guys, celebration ends the end of February. It's only 2 months long, and it's only one time this year. We only have one. There will not be a second celebration in August and September. There we be. Now, this is the duo punch. So one punch punches out a scallop and an oval. And we need to stamp. Let's find what we want to do here. I could do my just a note. That fits perfect. So let's do just a note. And I think I'm going to use the olive. Hoping that has ink. He hasn't been out for a while. So hoping he's inky. Oh, he looks good. You look good, old olive. All right, we'll attach that right in the center of that oval. And then we can add that with some dimension. This is the first I've seen this paper in real life. I think it's totally gorgeous. Well, not technically in real life because I have a pack. It's the first I've really worked with it. There we go. Now let's add some bling bling to this. So I'm going to still stick with the pink, I believe. And where do we want to put some? How about up here? And then one down there. There we go. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. Card number 2. All right, I think they might be getting more difficult. So let's see what we have on this side. These are such pretty colors she put together. I'm really liking them. All right, so this side is this piece is soft seafoam, this side. I actually flipped over her tutorial. That's why I said that. So this side, soft seafoam. We have another piece from that designer pack of paper, and there is a little bit left over. That's from this one. So we're using up some of that, and we're just going to add that little strip right across the middle. Oh, yuck. Party foul. Got adhesive on your table. That's not good. Make sure my flowers are going the right way. So let's add that to our soft seafoam piece. Now ahead of time, these are stamped ahead of time. We're going to do a little bit of coloring. So we can just kind of pop those flowers up just a smidge. There we go. We looking okay? So this was die cut. Let's get that piece out of there. And these, where's my pokey? Got a couple hanger-oners there. Get out of there. There we go. Looks like we're going to need some green glue. And I usually have a bottle here, but it looks like it is gone. So let me go grab my green glue. Oh my gosh, that went flying. Thank goodness I didn't have to go search for it. So these are out of the die cuts, and I'm just going to add, oh, we got too much. This one it was sitting upside down, and it's very excited to glue this evening. Holy moly. So we're just going to add this right here, and then we'll give that a couple seconds to dry. So I'll set that over there while we do a little coloring. So we've got another punch, same punch. Remember that does a scallop and it does an oval. What can we fit in there? That's a big just a note. And that looks a little big. How about thank you or thinking of you, I think is too long. Yeah. Happy birthday. Will you fit? You're too long too. So let's go with, actually, you know what? I like the just a note. I'm going to do it again because it can be anything I want then, but I need to clean it. So let's do a little, oh my goodness. I got the dropsies tonight. Yeah, I think I like the just a note because then it could be, if I want it to be birthday, thank you, thinking of you, it's just generic enough that it could be a little bit of everything. So since I don't know what I'm using this for, let's stick with that. So that was Blackberry Bliss. And we'll add that to our scallop. Ta-da! Now, we're going to do a little bit of color here. So I have my Blackberry ink, and what I'm going to do is flip it over, and I'm going to push the back, and that makes a nice little puddle right there in the lid to pick up. Oh, this might be a bad blender pen. I have a whole bunch of them, and there's some of them are starting to get dry because they're so old. So I'm just going to come in here and just add a little bit of blackberry color to those flower tops. I don't know what they are in real life, but they're going to be blackberry here. Don't need much, but just a little pop of color here and there. So I like my blender pens for small areas like this. If I was doing a big color image or color area, I would go with my water pens. But I do like to use the blender pens for these tiny, tiny little areas. So I'm just going back over just to make them a little bit darker. Okay, so now to clean your pen, you're just going to take some scrap paper and you'll just color until that pen is clear. Okay, now it may stain. You may notice there is staining on the tip, and that's okay. it will pick up another color and it would be just fine. Same thing I'm going to do with that olive. Get that little puddle of ink there and color some of our leaves. There we go. Clean it off. And we're ready to assemble. Okay, so we're going to glue this one down here. So I'm going to get an idea of where I want everything. Okay, because I kind of want that, I think, right there. So we'll put a little dab will do us, right? We'll put a little dollop here and there of that green glue. This green glue, it needs to not sit upside down anymore because it is full of itself. There we go. I'm going to hold it down just for a couple seconds to let it adhere. And then I'm kind of feeling maybe I want some dimensionals on there, but nah, let's just green glue it. I've got it here. So we'll do some green glue. We'll put the dimensionals on our saying. How about that? Okay, again, I'm just going to hold it a little bit just to make sure it has some time to stick. Dimensionals for our saying. Just a note, and then we'll add some bling, and I'm going to go with the white. I think that's going to pop pretty well on our card there. So pretty. Another easy card. I might have to go in and put a little bit of green glue right underneath there, but I can always do that later because we're going to keep this video rolling. So we've got one more project now. This is our last one. And we have got rich razzleberry. So we'll fold that one in half. And then this is Sahara sand, and it is cut with the Deckle rectangle and run through the time-worn type embossing folder, timeless embossing folder. I can't remember exactly what the name of that one is. And I have a piece of Mossy Meadow. So we'll run that across the back of our card. Attach that down before we put anything on top of it. There we go. Beautiful. This piece is going to come down like that, but ahead of time, I'm going to add some rectangle. Uh-oh. She only gave me 2 in my packet, and there's supposed to be 3. So, well, I'm not going to fix it right now, but I will show you what the card was going to look like. So this one is in the center here. So there should be another panel of this one. Then this one's going to come here, and then a third panel right there, which I can't add right now because I didn't get one in my packet. But I'll fix it later. You guys will understand. I can always take a picture of when I fix it. So I'm going to have a little bit of that paper hanging off the edges. And these are cut out of the designer paper with the rectangle dies, square stitch rectangles. Okay, so then we'll have that other one right there. And you look a little crooked, so I'm going to ask you to move just a smidge. Now, what I'm going to do is wrap some linen thread around this. And I'm just going to tack it right there. run that across and cut off my extra. Cut it because where's my scissors? Scissors. There we go. My fingers definitely are not going to work. There we are. Now, do we want to add dimensionals? Let's make it flat so that we can just dimensional our sentiment. All right, let's make sure that I kind of I'm a little crooked here because of those decals. There, we look pretty good. Okay, now we have this itty bitty piece right here. And, you know, I'm still loving that note, I'm thinking, but I think happy birthday will work on this one. So let's see if we could do a happy birthday. And let's do rich razzleberry ink this time. Always need lots of happy birthdays, right? Especially the new year. I'm getting all these birthdays out. Now that I say that, is it going to fit? I think so. Yeah, I like it. Like it. I'm going to just do a little snip right there. And then I'm going to straighten this one. And we'll add some dimensionals. And then we'll add our ribbon. And you guys, that'll be it. Actually, I'm going to stop myself because I want to add that piece of DSP. So I'm going to put that on here, but I want it to be over top of my designer series paper. So I am going to hold on that one. Let's go ahead and add our bow. I have enough here. Do I have enough to do 2 bows? Think I can. Oh, it's going to be tiny. But let's go with 1. Let's do a single because I don't want to have to work too hard. If I cut my ribbon too small, sometimes it makes my fingers work too hard. There we go. There's our pretty linen bow. Okay, we can cut off the extra pieces here. And then let's take some of the purple. So those are our fresh Freesia dots here. And I'm going to add those right here on each end. There we go. All right, so that's the gist of that card. It's missing that designer paper, but here's what she did. So this is from my team leader, Cindy, and she did actually sponge the edges of that DSP with color. I did not, but you totally could. So I'm going to add that piece of DSP and then I'll take a photo of it for you. But that's what it looks like. It's just missing out of my packet. All right, my friends. So let's check out what we made here. This one needs a little extra help. So he's got to go to the doctor and have some work done. But there are our gorgeous cards with that Dainty Flowers designer series paper. I love it. And then the stamps that I used was Go To Greetings. This is one of my favorites. If you don't have this one, this is great for your arsenal because it is exactly what you need. Happy birthday, thinking of you, just a note, and thank you in all these different fonts and sizes. So Go To Greetings. All right, my friends, thanks so much for joining me this evening, you guys. If you are catching the replay, hello, everybody. I am always here Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern time and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. You can catch me on Facebook and YouTube. Just make sure to follow and subscribe. All right, guys, hopefully I'll see you Wednesday for my free online class. Bye, kids.